Folks, we are continuing our series on Out of Darkness and Into Light, and so this 2-minute message will give you a preview of what's in store for this week, March 1st. Last week, in case you missed it, Out of Darkness and Into Light focused on the prison of self-occupation. And we looked at Mary Lathbury, we looked at her hymns, we looked at her poetry, we looked at her artwork. And part of this series is removing our eyes from ourself and the things that we deal with or have dealt with, moving our eyes away from people, away from the world, and turning our focus to Christ. And so this week, this message will conclude, this series will conclude next week on leaving our regrets behind. But for this week, we're focused on people-pleasing. Everyone can relate with this topic. It's so easy to go down the road of people-pleasing, and sometimes we put people and their thoughts and their approval, what they say about us, even on social media, which can be, of course, toxic, above what God says about us. And so perhaps an appropriate subtitle or subheading for this week is Audience of One, turning our focus to an audience of one. Look in your Bibles to Proverbs chapter 29, verse 25. It says, "Fear of man will prove to be a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe." Folks, all throughout the Bible, we see so many stories of dysfunction because the humanity is dysfunctional. And so there's so many stories that we can look to, that we can relate with. So much dysfunction in Abraham's story with him and Sarah and Hagar. And so we'll be looking at one or two Bible stories specifically, but we'll be talking about releasing the burden of people-pleasing and turning to an audience of one. I pray this message blesses you this week, and I look forward to seeing you. Take care.